Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream that I got here just before the timer started ticking down again. And of course, my camera is in its usual excellent form, and I will fix that. I will fix that carefully. There we go. Or not. There we go. No. Why so dark? You're changing a lot very quickly. Hello, Witchy Wanderer. Welcome back. We're officially done with Dragon Age, so you can come back without being spoiled. I guess we'll see what I look like on the other screen here. Maybe. Maybe, once it loads. Oh, it really is stuck. Okay. Why are you not working? Oh, my disk is at 100%. What the fuck? It's a solid state drive. How can it be? What in the hell? My computer's broken. Why broken? Why broke? Yeah, it's just completely frozen right now because something else is happening that is taking all of its energy. Yeah, no, I'm aware that it is not responsive. And now it suddenly is. Okay. Okay. We're here. I look fine, so we'll leave it. But seriously, what in the shit? Now CPU is maxed out. Ugh. Oh, there are so many updates happening all at once. And why is Google Chrome running 16 processes when I have a single window open? All right, I'm gonna let it just do its thing for a little while, and it's gonna be fine. Well, I hope everyone is doing okay today. For moi, today has been a day. There was just a lot going on. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it was a lot. So today was very. I'm just double checking something else. I thought I had a notification. I do not. Restart required. Why is all this happening right now in this moment? Like, why does it have to pick today right now in this moment? Aha! System firmware updated. That's why it's being such a bitch. Okay, the firmware went crazy. Okay, you're not gonna update for me though? Sweetie honey darling. It has to do this now, of course, when I need to use it. Can't just, do it on its own when I set it up to do that. There's so many updates that it's pending. All right, fine. All right, there's one more thing that I need to download, and then I will restart this computer, apparently, because it can't function. In the meantime, I guess I'll open up Twitch chat on my phone, and we'll just go with that when I start playing. So today, what happened today? I had, did my tone just change? What's going on there? What is going on today in this moment? What is happening here? That's the wrong device, isn't it? Why is that so dark? Why did I do that anyway? And why is it not letting me? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have no idea what's going on right now. I am very confused. Things are happening and nothing works. Okay, hold on. Let's... I guess not, because everything needs either an update or is like royally fucked up. Okay, I got that to look semi-normal again. I'm going to open up the video properties again. The white balance has decided that it's no longer going to, it's going to just suddenly start doing things automatically. No, I don't like it to. Okay. Download the new drivers. Still, this computer sounds like a jet engine taking off, and I don't know why. The disk is at 100% again. At least I understand why now. That makes sense. It's almost done downloading. Oh, okay. Okay. Close. So far, I am at least aware of everything, where it is, and what is happening. So let's just chill. Okay, so today was an interesting day. I had a lot going on. It wasn't bad, it was just a lot. So, I was approached by, I look dark again. I did nothing. I'm not turning these up any higher. What in the hell is going on? Like, I'm just gonna leave it there. Bright. I want myself bright, visible. Good now? Jesus Christ. Dark mysterious lighting? Yes. Just dark. As in not showing lighting. That's something different. Okay, so today. What happened today? I had 3 instruction sessions. So for those who don't know, I am a librarian at a college, and an instruction session is essentially when I bring in a class to talk about something rather specific as relates to the library and the resources that are available to them. Sometimes it's like a guided research session where I kind of walk around the room, peer over people's shoulders, help them out with how they're searching, help them find things that they're looking for, help them see if their topic is viable, that kind of stuff. Other times, like today, it's more of like an orientation session. I had them walk through the library with me. I pointed out where everything is, what we do, and then took them into a classroom, showed them all the stuff online, and showed them how to use a lot of it. And I had 3 of those, one at 12, one at 1, and one at 4. They were all the same class, so I only had to do 1 prep session. It wasn't like a whole, it wasn't like 3 different things in a row. It was the 3 of the same. So it wasn't that bad to put it all together, but doing it was a lot of on time, quote unquote, if you will. Because, yeah, I was just on a lot. So, yeah, on top of that, I ended up staying half an hour late on top of being there half an hour later than usual, because I usually leave at 4:30, and if the last session was at 4 and is an hour long, by that logic, I was not going to finish until 5 o'clock, and then I still had to clean up a bunch of things. I had a professor stop by my office in between, literally in my lunch break, actually, and we talked about a whole bunch of different things. She wants me to come in next week at some point. So all of that was just like, a lot's going on, a lot's happening, all good stuff, like I said, but tired. And on top of all of this, like, both my roommates have been recently or are currently sick. One of my roommates was sick last week and still has a bit of a residual cough. And the other roommate, we thought both she and I had escaped, but she did not. She is now sick. And so I feel the icy breath of death upon my neck here, just waiting to come and get me. I want to clarify, it is not COVID. Both my roommates don't really leave the house a whole lot. The one roommate that does is the one who got sick first. He tested negative 3 times. I made him test 3 days in a row. First day on onset of symptoms, second day after, and third day after. Which, by that point, if you're not testing positive, you don't have COVID. My guess is it's probably flu or some other seasonal thing like that, given that everyone's been inside and masked for such a long time. There's a lot of stuff going around everywhere, so everyone go get your shots. It's important. Of course, he got sick the day before I was getting my flu shot. No, he got sick, the week before I was getting my flu shot. I got my flu shot on Tuesday this week. So that was, fun. So, yeah, I'm just trying to, avoid getting sick, and that's proving difficult. The little tiny inkling of a sore throat is appearing right now, and it feels kind of like when I get allergies, though. So, knock on wood, it's fine, because I don't really have sick time to use. I haven't been working at this position for very long, and so I don't have a large bank of time like I had at my last job, where I could very easily have taken several weeks off. It could be from talking, because I did a lot of talking. Not only did I motherboard resources. What on earth are you installing on my machine? So I did a lot of talking, and beyond just the instruction sessions, I also had that professor come in, and I had a lot of talking with colleagues about some issues that we were having. I didn't start noticing it until, the time of day started going down a little bit. Yeah, and I only have 10 hours of sick time. I am going to leave work early tomorrow as well. So there is that. I will be leaving work early because I took an hour and a half of sick time to go to a appointment earlier this week where I got my flu shot. And I ended up only actually using half an hour of it. I didn't really take into account that I would be I really didn't take into account that I would be the first patient of the day and easily get into the phlebotomy lab and get all my tests done like that. So I'm going to leave early because I have time I essentially have not used, and I want to use it. I'm going to use it to just buzz out on Friday. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, this computer now seems to be calming itself. The fans have died down. I say that and now they're immediately starting up again, so I'm going to hit the shutdown and update button. I'm going to go ahead and open up Twitch on my phone so I can view the chat. So today's stream is going to be a little wonky for a little bit. I need to update my Twitch app, apparently. So here we go. Yeah, I hope I don't get sick either. I really don't want to be sick. Not only do I not have the time to be sick, but I really don't want to. The last couple of years, that's been one of the few really nice things about the pandemic, is that I haven't gotten sick in quite a while. Wow, yeah, it's a whole ass system update. I swear to God, if you put Windows 11 on this computer, I will fucking throw you across the room. Network error. Please try again later. Just to creator mode. Here we go. What do you mean stream is offline? I'm online. Hold on. This is having problems, apparently. Am I just not going to be able to stream today? Is this what this is telling me? It's just telling me just stop streaming. We're half an hour in and I haven't even been able to get chat to work. Like, one thing is installing some kind of mysterious looking update that I do not understand. The other is just buffering. Like, okay, we're gonna restart my phone. Eventually something will work. It has to. So in the meantime, I guess we'll just chill and talk together. I know, that's fine, right? I have chips. They're not as good as I would like them to be, though. I got that like big variety pack of like the little mini bags of Utz, like these little things. So they have barbecue, they have sour cream and onion, and they have regular. And while I really like Utz chips to some degree, like their barbecue isn't actually very good. I had barbecue chips today, the Lay's ones, and like I much prefer those. I think next time I get some chips, I'll probably just do that. Or maybe I'll get like a, I think you can probably get like the variety pack, the Doritos. I could do that. I like both Doritos. I also have an Italian ice. So, boop. I ate a bunch of leftovers today. Macaroni and cheese and General Tso's chicken is a weird combo, but it was okay. Waste not, want not, as it were. Both of these devices are doing weird things. This one seems to be back online though, so let's see. Oh, also, I'm gonna need a new phone case. I don't know what to do for a phone case though. I don't know if I should just get another one of the ones that I have. Because I do like the one that I have. I think it's pretty. But I was kind of looking at it lately and I'm like, huh, it's looking kind of dull and boring or something. Like, I don't know, something about it's not looking right. And so just out of curiosity, yesterday, I think it was, I took the case off. It's supposed to be clear with sparkles, right? Like you can kind of see that there's some sparkles, kind of see that it's clear, right? Now, hold on. Let me get, are you not turning on for a reason? So I'm going to take a piece of paper, white piece of paper, and I take this. That is yellow. It's fully yellow. Like, look at how dark that is. Look at how dark it is. That is not clear anymore. So, yeah, part of me is like, just get another one because you like how it looks, right? But then if I get another one, it's going to yellow just as much. Like, I got this in like February or March. It's not even lasted me a whole year. So I don't know. Like, do I just get another one? All right, I have my computer back up. So even if Twitch doesn't work on my phone, I can pull up a website, heaven forbid. So yeah, I don't know what to do about a new case. And like, I know there are a whole bunch of really good high quality cases out there for this phone. I mean, this phone is a Samsung flagship. It's the S22 Ultra, and there are plenty of great cases out there. Tons of like wallet cases and really good like basic cases, but I want one that's kind of like fabulously extra. And that's the problem that I'm having. Finding one that's fabulously extra that's not like tacky or cheap, but also is inexpensive because I don't want to pay a lot of money. I do not believe in paying like more than $20 for a case, tops. Unless it's something that's going to be like a wallet case, in which case, yeah, I will pay a little bit more to make sure that everything looks good there. But I do not trust myself with a wallet case. Why are you... Okay. My two-factor authentication, one of those, the one for my work is going a little crazy, and I'm hoping that it's not like a problem. All right, so I have you up over here for now. I can actually play the fucking game now. Let's start this thing. I have very little idea of what we're actually going to get into, and I'm actually really happy that the council is what ended up winning. because I've had this percolating in like the back of my mind for a really absurdly long time. Should be, there it is. Okay. So yeah, I've had this sitting in my background for a really long time. I've been really interested in playing it, but like, it's one of those things that I just like had just never got around to doing. Hold on. Keep hydrated. Okay, so let's go. Let's do this. It does look super cool. I do not know what we're in for, though. December 10th, 1792. Okay. Whoa.
Stop!
Okay.
You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
Wasn't she supposed to be French?
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body.
If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive.
What is this voice acting, though?
No, Louis. I have no intention of beating your dear mother. There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back.
I thought he was going to grab that bottle in the front, which is just witch hazel.
Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the black market anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal.
You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this, your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see. It loosens tongues in no time.
I'm assuming I get to play soon?
I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Draw him over here. I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert! Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Okay. You know what? Okay.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Well done, Louis. You reacted perfectly.
How do you feel, Mother?
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother.
What in the fuck is happening? I'm so confused right now.
Coming with you.
No, even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to von Borchardt.
I am so confused. The tonal shift in this was ridiculously, like, the music suddenly? They're straight up American. They're like... Mother, you're not a spring chicken anymore. Yeah. Okay. I can live with it, I think. I can live with it. At least I hope I can.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up von Borchardt's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditched me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island.
That's quite the staircase.
The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to...
What the fuck is she wearing?
It no longer suits your age.
It is not even the 1800s yet, and that woman is wearing a bustle gown that has more cleavage and back to it than modern stuff.
Object that you just can't live without.
And she has a beehive.
And all I've done is think about it.
That's not a real outfit.
It was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came
Her
from...
boobs are defying gravity.
Simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Like, that outfit makes no sense. That hair makes no sense. Those boobs don't make any sense. I have brand new ones, and they're not that high or together with most anything. And her, like, she looks fabulous. But if this is the late 1700s, she doesn't look like she belongs here at all. This is like... Okay. Anyway. And that corset's also the wrong type of corset anyway. It's very much a late 1800s corset. Wrong shape.
Lord Mortimer asked me to join him. We have some business to take care of.
Oh, how mysterious. You adapt quickly, my son. You get along here like a fish in water. Would you believe that we are all here hoping to solve our personal issues? You'll see.
Right. I doubt that you came here to look for your mother, Your Eminence.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
Good point. I want to know more about this mystery lady with the ridiculous gown.
And you, Duchess? You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known,
So I'm pausing because I have another issue with her character, but it's not so much with her herself. It is more with everyone around her. These are all supposed to be people of high society. Ergo, they should all know how to act around people who are of the gentry, right? She is a duchess based on her accent. She's English. Ergo, the way that you refer to a duchess in English is not as duchess. You do not refer to them as, let's go this way, duchess. You say, your grace. It's just like you don't say to the king or the queen, like, let's go this way, king. You say, let's go this way, your majesty, right? Your grace is the equivalent of your majesty, but for the duchy. It's gonna bother me. Okay, we're going back, it's fine.
pursuit.
Are you all right?
The exposition in this game is... What the fuck?
Oh shit! Your hand!
So,
Okay, it's done.
did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no! Don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah. Don't. No. No! You can run if you want to, Sarah, but you will pay when you die.
Okay.
Hugh.
That's something that happened.
Are you all right? What's going on? Here, take this.
I'm sorry.
Keep it. Are you better?
I'm fine. Don't worry.
So confused.
I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes! I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
I mean, I have other issues as well.
Crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Okay. So the other thing that I can point out that is another inaccuracy I've already kind of like pinpointed is his mother, Sarah, right? She's wearing a very strange outfit, which also looks to be rather reminiscent of late Victorian make. Her hair is also done up rather late Victorian as well. Again, we're in the late 1700s, and she should be wearing a very different outfit, but they're obviously not looking for historical accuracy here. Because, I mean, nothing... It's funny, though, because he is dressed completely normally for what I would say late 1700s, I think. Like, yeah, he's even wearing breeches. Like, this isn't, like, the most accurate 1700s thing, but you've got a lot of elements that are obviously trying. You know, he has a high collar, which is a little odd. It would actually probably be open, and he has an ascot going on here. It's supposed to be an ascot/tie sort of deal. In the 1700s, it would actually be underneath the collar. The collar would go, essentially there'd be just this really big, thick thing around his neck. Very think Jane Austen, right? So you know, his shirt and the tie are giving me Victorian. The waistcoat, it's kind of hard to tell. It honestly looks, ooh, oh boy, he's a boat. Boop boop. This waistcoat is honestly giving me like cardigan vibes. It's not a waistcoat, first of all. It is absolutely giving me like Mr. Rogers. Won't you be my neighbor? So that's the thing. The mutton chops, odd choice, probably not accurate, not completely inaccurate. That hair though, that is a mess, and I don't know what's going on there. But shoes, breeches, coat, you know, the jabbets here, that works. So obviously they're trying in some cases, and then the cardinal, you know, what's his face, his eminence, is dressed in church garb, so that just works. The Duchess, I don't know what the fuck she's wearing. It's not, it has no basis. I mean, first of all, way too low cut in the back. I know what they're trying to do. She's supposed to be like a sexy femme fatale, but like you can do that within the time period. Like it's possible. I mean, Madame de Pompadour is this time period, like, you know, not that she was femme fatale or anything like that, but like she was painted that way, and therefore it is very easy to paint people in that way. Right, and within the laws of physics, because these should not be held up that high when there's no back. Like that's the other thing. The front is a corset and the back is a low-cut dress. You can't have the support here without straps and without a back. That's like just not possible. They would sag. And they are hiked to high heaven. Like that. Again, these are new. I had surgery. They don't go up that high easily.
Louis, during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career.
I'm going to pause again because I want to talk about her hair. Let me think. Her hair is obviously an attempt at 18th century fashion, late 18th century fashion. It's got a lot of height. It's got these rolls on the side, but it honestly looks a little bit more like it's someone in the 1960s doing an 18th century costume. Her skirt, again, is more akin to a Victorian ball gown, like a bustle era ball gown to me. Just the skirt, because the top makes no sense at all. Again, nothing in history until you get to the 20th century is that low cut with no straps, no sleeves, all that lace, and an exposed corset.
Tell me,
Like,
what have you been up to since?
we get to choose our class. A diplomat is what I'm leaning towards. I mean, conviction, linguistics, diversion, etiquette, and politics. I have 7 effort points. Ask grant you 1 skill point manipulation and 1 in psychology. Okay. I thought it said I had 7 points. Oh no, I had 3 points. Huh, okay. Okay, let's try that. We have, oh, all these talents. Look at this. Interesting. Okay. Here's a map, a journal. Okay. Emily Hillsborough. I don't like that. Is an English duchess close to the English crown. Very discreet about her origins, Emily only came onto the political scene after her wedding that some qualified as a marriage of interest to an old English aristocrat on the decline. So she's a duchess by marriage. What this is telling me, I'm assuming. Libertarian, modern, but discreet, she's taken upon herself to establish close ties with her peers. In a few years, she's become the favored diplomat of the Queen, which is probably what prompted her Prime Minister, William Pitt, to take her as private secretary, thus provoking much suspicion and jealousy. Very unusual, especially in this time period. You do not take a private secretary, I mean a woman in politics. This is holy patriarchy, mind you, but a woman in politics in the late 1800s is practically unheard of. Like, women could pull the levers of politics from behind the scenes, but it was often, you know, with the Queen in a lot of cases. Like this is the time period too that like The Favorite takes place, for instance. Great movie, by the way, highly suggest watching it. It will probably scar you a little bit, but it's also hilarious and also terrifying. But like that's how they influence policy. You don't necessarily, or like through their husbands and their husbands' peers, not necessarily that close to power by being private secretary, because even secretaries were not considered to be women. So interesting. Again, this I think what I need to do is I need to turn off the historic part of my brain because I don't think I'm gonna get any resolution on that. Everything I've seen here so far tells me that they are not telling. It is fantasy. Yes, I need to turn that part of my brain off. Anyway, a regular visitor, Emily accepted Sir Gregory Holmes' invitation to come to Lord Mortimer's island because for nothing in the world would she miss one of these famed receptions. Louis de Rocher, only son of Sarah, Louis Marais de Rocher, oh boy, is a young Parisian aristocrat. He is? He is. Well, his voice doesn't belie that, so okay. Since he was a young child, Louis moved into one of the circles. Golden Order, secret society headed by Sarah. Daily treatment his mother prescribed for his chronic migraines. Cult cases, particularly talented. One day he will be head of the Golden Order. Okay. Giuseppe Piaggi. His Eminence the Cardinal Giuseppe Piaggi is a legate of Pope Pius VI. Distinguished speaker Giuseppe Piaggi worked throughout his career to serve the principles of the Roman Catholic Church. Man of science and an amateur philosopher, he quickly caught the ear of the Pope, who discreetly named him Cardinal in Pectore. He was thus able to use this relationship of trust to help Pius VI in his difficult mission of guiding the faithful. Invited by Sir Gregory Holmes, Piaggi is delighted to meet his old friend Mortimer in order to represent the interests of the Holy See. To be discovered. To be discovered? What does that mean? Oh, okay. Sarah Faustine de Rocher is a rich French aristocrat. 34 years ago, Sarah took over one of the most important secret societies, the Golden Order. A woman of strong will, Sarah endeavored to infiltrate the highest circles of society. Politics, trade transactions, secrets of state, or paranormal spheres. The Order had an eye over everything. One of the biggest areas of growth that Sarah brought to the Orders was the development of its branches in America, Europe, and Central Africa, not to mention the expansion of her occult section, which she took care of personally. Since he was just a boy, Sarah has been preparing her son Louis to become the new face of the Golden Order. Okay, well, we came here. As you probably know, I invited your mother, Sarah de Rocher, to join me on my island several weeks ago. We had projects in common regarding your order. Her stay was going smoothly until yesterday when your mother suddenly disappeared. I do not want her to worry you, but I'd like to join you as soon as you can to share the slide of the mystery. Please accept this, especially Lord Mortimer, Marquis of Westfordshire. All right. I swear, if I hear someone say Marquis of Westfordshire, I will
Interests of France to the best of my abilities. A few years
throw
ago,
something.
I had a brush with some of your fellow countrymen.
Counter-revolutionaries, I'd imagine.
Exactly. They got away. Thanks to a little diversion I came up with to keep the sans-culottes away.
Oh, he suddenly becomes French.
to adorning the walls of the catacombs of Paris.
So that young French diplomat was you? The mercy you showed the agents of the Queen roused the admiration of the court. Few would have let them leave France alive.
Duchess, I'm surprised that anyone still remembers.
Well, they say I have the memory of two people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Not at all, so lie to her. Let's try be truthful.
Please excuse me, madam. I'm sure we've met before, but I don't remember where.
I appreciate your honesty, even if it's not very flattering for me.
I imagine that with your beauty, madam, it's the first time a man hasn't remembered your face.
Well, I must say, you make up for yourself.
Smooth.
Please stop torturing me. I'm completely at your mercy. Where have we met?
4 years ago, in London,
No. Sorry, I don't remember.
in the office of William Pitt. Remember? No?
I'm so sorry, Emily, but I really don't remember you.
Let's drop it, Louis. It doesn't matter. Right, time to go to the manor.
Okay. How does this work? Skills allow you to discover hidden details. Select the object that is most suggestive of the situation in order to discover them.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Oh, it's figurative. Okay. Okay, explaining the personality is crucial to achieve your personal goals. Skills used against immunities will not succeed and leave you exhausted. Meanwhile, exploited vulnerabilities will give you 1 effort point back. Immunity revealed, vulnerability revealed.
Emily?
Hold on. Immunity is logic. Okay. Interesting.
Please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother. Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where we're going like this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
In talents when carrying out certain actions. Remember to review their unlock conditions and effects, as they offer very interesting improvements. Okay. Balance the, okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Interesting indeed. All right. Ooh, there's a little doohickey. Royal jelly restores 2 effort points. You cannot carry more than 5. Okay. Cool. I don't know what the right.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
You good there, buddy? Can we run? Can we move faster? Yeah, there is a light jog.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir.
He's an aristocrat. What's his title?
Richet, son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
I have an appointment with Lord Mortimer. Would you be so kind as to lead me to him?
Unfortunately, sir, I cannot. I don't know exactly where my master is. But rest assured, sir, everyone is waiting for you at the manor. Sir Holm insists on welcoming you in person. Since your mother went missing, everyone has been concerned about finding her.
Who is Sir Holm?
A close friend of Lord Mortimer's. Please, rest assured, sir, it won't take us long to find your revered mother. Indeed, we are searching the quays again because lights were seen at the wharf just last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Okay. Questioning locked. Of course.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother.
And
Sir,
you're just not going to give it to me?
I have
Okay.
orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my...
Oh.
She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here.
Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
All right. Conviction then.
That handkerchief belongs to me. Please hand it over now.
But, sir,
I'll speak directly to your master about it. It will be a very long conversation.
Okay. Vulnerability convictions. Okay, so if I just yell at them, they'll give me what I want.
Of course, sir. Please, take it. On that note, I must leave you, sir. There is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. Let's think. What could she have been doing out here on this wharf?
Access menu says revealed. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time. Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder. This might just come in handy.
In case I have to beat somebody down with it.
Sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. A lantern. Nothing special. Let's see what's hidden inside.
Like anything was hidden. Ah. Free logic? Jeez.
Let's look.
It's too badly written, I can't make out the address.
A letter written in an Oriental language.
Okay, might be able to do this.
Letters in Japanese. It's addressed to a certain Kei Shotaro in Tokyo. The address is 50 Bedford Square, London. The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the Order sent some envoys there.
Cool.
Probably a Dutchman. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. This name sounds familiar. Prashi. No, can't seem to place it. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently. Hôtel de Cluny, Rue de Mathurin, Paris. I guarantee this letter is for my mother. The address is a hideout for the Golden Order. If you write anyone over there, you have to watch out in case someone's reading your mail. But who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Let's see what's inside this letter. So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
what is your game here, Mother? Secrets, always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does that name sound so familiar? Ah, it's coming back to me. Godoy is the head of the Spanish government. He was appointed by King Charles IV, if I'm not mistaken. Rumor has it that he's very close to the Queen. Too close. Much too close. But hey, that's none of my business. He has a reputation of being upright and proud, very attached to the aristocracy, and close to Louis XVI. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
So, Manuel Godoy. Is the default character just the Duchess?
Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look.
I mean, there were others.
An address in Cairo.
No, maybe not.
Mortimer communicates
Can I not
with
skip?
the world, apparently.
Yeah, I guess I can't stop. Okay, sorry. I can't, skip. That's the word I wanted. Keep hearing the little ding noise of a... Ah! Electric coins, what's that? Oh, there it is.
A wooden floorboard. Probably comes from this part of the wharf. The wood is slightly eaten away, of course, but it still would have been fine if it weren't smashed. Hey, There's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest. Somebody replaced it recently, but looks like it's fixed pretty solidly in place. It's going to be tough to rip it out of here.
Use the bar. I mean, we got it for something. I guess we're not going to beat somebody with it.
That does it. Let's see what's hidden inside.
That does it.
And also a bag. The mysterious
Hello?
Graphicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Let's look inside the bag.
Hold on, before. Okay.
A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder. Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. The bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I read
All
about
right.
hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. What does all this mean?
Say it's a very odd traveling kit. If you're like keeping it specifically as small as possible, then
Iron key completely
that's odd.
rusted. You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it. The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. Right. Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her. Crying out loud. Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger.
So, wait. 1 point in science and diversion. How do I... Nope. Does just having it give me that? Huh. No. Unless maybe holding on to it gives me that. Rusty key?
It's locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
Ta-da! I mean, so far, nothing has stumped me quite yet. There have been a couple of things that I wish I could do, but I can't. But we're doing okay so far.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh. What have we here? It's cannon powder. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. Amber.
What? What was that line reading? Amber. Amber. Ugh.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful. So,
Amber.
let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of the wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, it looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. but maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. At least I hope so.
This guy's line reading is not... It's not very good.
Latin inscription. Annesis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
Interesting.
You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
Another William Mortimer. Immunity is conviction. Okay. Well, unfortunately, that's one of the things I have my stats in.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
This is giving me like 18th century Clue vibes. Why is the car stopped? It's frightened. Well, that's excessive.
Impressive.
That's what we're calling that?
My son, I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Confrontations. Okay, during the confrontation, you have to go through several steps while being as persuasive as possible. Confrontations have consequences on the rest of the story, so don't hesitate to use your skills. Each confrontation displays an interface showing how much the person you are talking to is convinced.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Never mind, give me your letter. Yeah, that's a bit... That's a bit much.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By
Okay.
the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That,
Something's on his hand.
but since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Art collector, members of the Golden Order, professional secret. Just don't hesitate to use my skills, so...
Mother passed her passion for art to me. Ancient art. Very ancient.
I didn't know your mother was an art lover.
Mainly pre-Christian objects, which are believed to have unique properties.
Well, how interesting. Now that you mention it, I can indeed imagine Sarah getting interested in that.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
I congratulate you to answer your question. There is some truth to what you're saying.
Listen, you have nothing to fear. I will give your letter to my mother the moment I find her.
The moment you find her? You mean Sarah has gone missing?
That's a blunder.
I shouldn't have said that.
You dumbass.
Not exaggerate, Your Eminence. I have no other information at this time. It's probably nothing.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Last step of a conversation, you must convince the person you are talking to by giving a positive answer. If you give a bad answer, the step will repeat itself until either you give a right one or you have no blunders left.
Your Eminence, if there's one thing you can count on, it's the value of a promise made by a Deriche. Respecting our commitments has always been the pillar of our family, and nothing nor nobody will prevent that from happening. Since you know my mother, you should know that a Deriche always keeps their word. You can be sure of that.
Thank you, my son. It is most reassuring.
Okay.
You're welcome, especially since I promised you nothing, my friend.
Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur Deriche. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Okay.
Well played.
This feels like...
When I'm alone, whether to look at what it contains.
Any clues and items are hidden. Some of them will have an impact on your adventure, so do not hesitate to look for them. These traits here. You have always been charismatic. You trusted your mother. Manipulation, psychology, diplomat, and obtain PHs at 1 in manipulation. But they're not reflected here. Oh, nope, they are. Never mind. There, I have 2 in manipulation there. Okay. Interesting. All right. Before we go and join the party, let's wander teensy bit. Oh. That's a little icon that says no, and that off.
It might be bad manners to go upstairs without being invited.
Also bad manners to run around, but I'm gonna do it because otherwise it'll take you for fucking ever. Exalted state. Temporarily see the immunities and vulnerabilities affecting a dialogue, choice, and conversation. Cannot carry more than 5.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Just stick it into your breast pocket like nobody's business. All right. So what does that one do? And that says +1 in conviction, right? But if I go here and look at conviction, I don't have any points. So I still don't understand what these books do and how they work. That part I don't get.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Aha! Hello, Mr. President.
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richer. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Believe me, she's not that special. His Eminence was asking me for my opinion about the style of the main door. I have to admit, this place certainly doesn't lack panache.
It's simply stupefying.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right.
There is a distinct tonal
Well, my friends.
disconnect.
Reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richer, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Lord Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during
I
her
don't know
stay.
that this was a good choice.
I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Oh, come on. Yep. Ooh.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Sir, that is the...
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
It's choices. Alright. I don't know what that vision is, so I'm gonna go with this.
Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you.
Okay, so we discovered. Gotcha.
I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
So,
Except you did. You just looked at the thing. We talked about it.
the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden.
Right.
This internal narration is strange, too.
Questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? So, my mother was with you.
What? Oh, you encountered an immunity. Oh, one effort point is locked.
During the American Revolution. Did you talk about politics?
Okay.
Yes. In spite of her young age, she defended our cause with enthusiasm.
Did she go to the front line like your famous gunner, Molly Pitcher?
Yes, in a way.
The role
Hey!
of women in your
I know where the Molly Stark Tavern is.
Lee, I am impressed. Few people know about the legend of Molly, so you don't know the true story. Molly Pitcher is a character invented by Sarah. She persuaded me to use a heroic female figure, an American Joan of Arc, if you will. It enabled us to gain a few thousand extra fighters, and it was all thanks to your mother.
I didn't know that. Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve. and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case,
Among Us.
no one
Haha.
has yet mentioned
Sorry.
assassinating the order.
That was
We
dumb.
haven't found any clues yet.
That might be too trusting.
But I did find a book that belongs to my mother.
Where did you find it?
That's what worries me. I found it hidden on the wharf.
Do you think she was preparing to discreetly leave?
I don't know.
An extremely likely proposition.
I'll believe it when I see it.
This dialogue is very weird.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
I can see that. Oh,
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that.
stupid Americans, huh?
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
So,
He has Goya.
that young lady with you.
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted.
Bunch of opportunities
The
missed.
servant
Great.
will accompany you to your rooms.
The single servant. All right. We should catch up on some of these characters that are here. Founding father, first president of the United States of America, shared his life between military and political success. Very early on, introduced to Sar de Richet in the upper circles of an influential secret society from France, Golden Order. Later took the helm of the American branch. Tired of politics, he wanted to retire to his property in Virginia, but that was without taking into account Lord Mortimer, who encouraged him to come out of retirement. On the advice of his friend, he ran for a second term and was successful. Invited by Mortimer to the island, Washington likes to attend such social gatherings incognito. He's not doing a very good job if he's incognito. Should say, I know who he is, and he introduced himself as President of the United States. Sir Gregory Home, Baron of Nottingham, is a very influential British aristocrat. Sir Gregory Home? Baron? If he's a baron, he would be Lord Gregory Home. Confirmed royalist, Sir Gregory Home spent his career extending the influence of the United Kingdom throughout the world, from the flourishing East India Company to the Spanish trading posts in America. He stamped his hallmark on key decisions made by the world's preeminent economic power. In England, he contributed to the reduction of the national debt, and being very attached to family values, he invested time in the working class, created charity schools in order to offer a decent education to the future links in the next industrial revolution. Network builder, Home always finds pleasure in attending the social gatherings of his old friend, Lord Mortimer. See, yeah, I mean, barons could have knighthoods, I suppose, if they were honorary knighthoods. But a knighthood, in terms of the gentry itself, if it were actually a title that was inherited, it would be a step or two even below baron. You know, but even, but then it would be, lord would definitely take precedence. It would, essentially like, if we think of it this way, actually, we can use a real world example. William and Kate are both the Prince and Princess of Wales and also the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, right? They are both, but because Prince is a higher title than Duke, he is the Prince of Wales, not the Duke of Cambridge. So he would be referred to as His Royal Highness, Your Majesty, well, not His Majesty, but I think it's actually His Grace. Your Grace. It would be Your Grace. The Prince of Wales. So, yeah, I mean, considering that they don't, their understanding of the aristocracy is kind of like back of the napkin stuff, and a little bit more historical context on this front. Sir Gregory Home here, it says confirmed royalist, yet the way he's dressed with the wig, powdered face, that actually belies something closer to the Whig Party, which at this time weren't anti-royalist, but they were not in the royal camp. They were, and like it's more of a it's more of an economic divide between people who have money versus people who have land in British Parliament at this time. And like the Duchess is giving me the vibes of she's more with the people who have money. I'm suddenly forgetting the name of the different parties here. And he's more the agriculture, the people who have land, because they wore wigs. That was their whole thing. They wore wigs, they were fops, they were dressed to the nines at all times, whereas the other party were more casual for the time period, at least. But anyway. Elizabeth Adams, daughter of John Adams, Vice President of the United States, and hair? She's wearing... What is she wearing? That collar, those sleeves, that's very Victorian. Rejected by her parents at birth and declared stillborn, brought up in isolation, grew into a fairly young woman with bipolar disorder, devoured by terrible fits of anxiety. Am I about ready to experience a very non-accurate depiction of bipolar disorder? Deepest secrets were slowly gnawing away at her from the inside. Despite numerous treatments, nothing could cure her. The young woman continued to descend into folly. As a friend of Sir Gregory Home and of Lord Mortimer, John Adams decided to send his daughter to Lord Mortimer's manor in the hope that he could help her. With little hope, Elizabeth has now been at the manor for a short while. Okay, so she is... Okay. William Mortimer, and yeah. Moving on, I guess.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh, man. It's been quite a day. Right. Where is my room?
I will say, this environment is beautifully well done. Like, pretty well modeled. Like, the furniture is excellent. The thing is, like, the characters may be questionably 18th century, but this house is not. I mean, it's exaggerated a little bit. Those windows are ridiculous. Like, probably not too accurate. Not inaccurate, but, like, very difficult. Whereas, like, a lot of the decor makes sense to me, at least.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy. Huh, that's me.
Ah, there's his thing. But we're not going in there yet.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Good idea to get an idea of everyone who's here. Oh, I see you over there.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Good, I'm glad we got some more. Just getting nervous about that supply. I'm an RPG player, I don't like low inventory stuff. This is quite the hallway.
President George Washington. A Byzant from the Byzantine Empire. A coin often used during the St. Louis era. A drachma.
Getting a lot of coins. What do I do with these coins?
Monsieur Johann van Volner.
We made it back to the...
The quorum
Nope.
guide.
Golden elixir.
Golden elixir. Consume without excess. A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Getting a lot of interesting shit here. Always explore. Never not explore.
Sir Jacques Perreux. Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Alright, now we've cycled all the way around. Alright. I'm gonna just give some of these nooks and crannies
From the Byzantine Empire.
specifically for that.
A coin often used during the St. Louis era.
Just give some of these little spots a little extra love and attention, as I didn't realize there would be quite so many collectibles in this. There's gonna be a surprise in my room.
Huh, that's me. Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Biaggi's trust. What should I do?
We are in a game of subterfuge. I don't have that skill, apparently. I don't really like the Vatican, though. But if it has exactly who he says in it, then it's not really particularly interesting. I'm gonna leave it closed.
Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Biaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
I thought you were rich. If you're rich, this shouldn't be a surprise. This is like standard rich people shit. I heard the little dink of a thing that I walked past. Where is it? Huh?
Honey. Like,
Marmalite water. Your next skill use will cost no effort. That's helpful.
Hope for better.
Hey, I'm not going to bed yet. No, 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 you dumbass. Could have made an unexpected encounter. Huh. Four available points. Leveling up gives you 3 effort points. I mean, all of these... Not terribly, just he, when I tried to go back into the room, he just automatically went to bed, and so I missed out on trying the other parts of the room. Kinda mad about it. 'Cause it was dumb. I'm trying to figure out how to do this going forward. Here you can choose what to read during the adventure. Each manuscript you read confers skill points at the end of the quest. So, do I read... Oh, one manuscript. Okay. We can choose one. Ah, I have to put the rest of that together. Put a skill point: science, etiquette, diversion, conviction. Well, I have 2 in etiquette already. 2 in diversion. Okay. Oh. Vision time. Vision, also known as seizure.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Speaks very
Pity to lose a
third person.
start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late
He
hour.
looks like a scene kid.
And we have much to discuss. One last move?
Oh,
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this? Come, take a seat, my friend.
okay. That was something.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Okay. Man, this kid's gonna lose a lot of fucking blood.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer. Dear Monsieur de Richet,
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room? The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch. An old sesterce from Roman Gaul. The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Okay, that's everything in this room.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Okay.
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richet, to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
Thanks, Mom.
Space left. I'll retrieve it later. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with... All right. I've retrieved everything. Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Well, introduced.
Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
Oh, this is enough. This is awkward. What do we think? Do we have thoughts? Are we helping the president, or are we investigating this vision? I haven't believed the vision before, but this last one showed George Washington coming to our door and knocking, and then it started knocking. So I'm now inclined to believe that there's something going on. I don't remember how to do a poll. Oh wait, it's right here. I am actually going to do something with the channel points for once. For a 200 channel point, extra 12. No. Well, yeah, no, I'll enable it. Why not? For 200 channel points, you can buy an extra vote. Here we go. 1 minute. Go, go, go. What am I doing? What are we doing? I'm on the fence. I'm intrigued where this Elizabeth Adams thing goes. It's the thing. But like, we did come here for a goal. Investigating the vision seems to be the way to get that goal. Almost done. And let's see what you all said. %. Okay. Alright, I guess nobody voted. So, I think, okay, I'll follow George Washington then.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
Achievement unlocked, Son of Lafayette.
Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry. Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Oh. That way. Well, I didn't fucking know. The Cardinal's here, spying on someone. Oh, that's just a... Take a look at this thing, isn't it?
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe a Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in the small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Who do you think you are?
Multiple paths to reach your objective. Maybe it'd be a good idea to think twice before embarking on the first path you come to.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What a dick bag.
I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Let's see if we can make it all work.
Let her go! Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy! If you think you can side with this whore,
Okay.
you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Sir, you obviously do not know who I am, or you'd keep your distance.
Ooh, one more like that and I'm gonna get scared. Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
Can I kill this man?
Hold on, let's take a second and think about this. We're not animals, so let's not
Shit.
act like one.
I knew you were a panty waste. You make me wanna puke.
Okay, you really are an animal.
I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress.
I'm gonna get shot.
Let's see how brave you are.
Oh, hey! Cost of effort points increased when using your skills. Golden elixir to cure yourself. Which one is that?
Think about it. You know your head will roll tomorrow if you shoot.
Wanna bet?
Sure do.
I'm not in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. You got off easy this time, but don't
Okay.
try it again.
Fun. Close call indeed. All right, let's find out who this man was. Fathers of the Revolutionary Tribunal, absolute asshole. During the terror, quickly became one of the worrying figures in all of Paris. Distinguished himself by taking part in the siege of the Bastille and captured Louis the 16th, current king of France. Involved in the creation of the Revolution Tribunal, is he a man of law or torture? Nobody dares say. The judge of the people has overseen many trials that sent opponents and traitors of the revolution to the guillotine. Who interrupts his revolutionary activities when Lord Mortimer, his patron, invites him to join the latter's social gatherings. Patron, interesting. Huh. So I just got one of these. Succeed 2 confrontations. Okay, get 2 skill points in psychology. 1 skill point in agility. Okay.
The brooch Elizabeth was wearing. Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
What good was it supposed to do as a brooch?
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Okay, there's a key we need for that. Guessing.
These look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia.
Anything else? That it? That's it for now. Okay. How open world is this read?
Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Alright, my computer's doing something weird. Again. Okay. Strange. I'll fiddle with that later. As long as the thing is still somehow working.
Lady Adams must have locked it behind her when she fled.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes? I didn't ask for the moon.
Nonetheless, you found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
Well, he's angry, but whatever. Why? Okay, I keep doing that.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do. Well, you did the opposite.
Good. Well, thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have...
You and everyone else.
The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Sure, why not? I have it, so...
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louise. Give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Turns out I chose correctly at least one thing so far. Okay. So, go back to my room then.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Interesting, got some failures in this. Could have listened to what Mr. Washington wanted to say about my mother. Could have found out more about the men of my vision. Could have found out more about the plans involving myself. Could have had a remarkable encounter. I keep getting these, like, could have had this encounter, and I'm just like, okay, but, like, am I getting good encounters, though? Like, what's going on? Audibly, hover to read the letter option. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, got a couple more points to use. You know, I'm gonna dump some into Subterfuge. It's controversial, but I think I need that right now. Because otherwise, like, I've run into a couple locks so far that may be the easiest way to open them. Why does sleeping not revive all of his points? It only gives me like a couple.
Alright. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Oh, you mean like the personal effects that you got yesterday? Alright. Point in etiquette, conviction, or science. Diversion. Let's pick diversion.
Writing material.
Vigilance skill, and that's the investigation thing, isn't it?
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Rich.
Yeah, I already read that. The paintings we already looked at. That's to go outside. We'll do that in a minute. See, there, yeah.
Golden elixir.
Oh, cool. Not particularly useful, but...
By Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Look, markings on the floor.
Ha!
A bit worn out.
No.
Find something leading to a secret passage.
How is that not a secret passage? Just like, look at that. It looks like it's swung open even. Jesus.
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World, the travel log of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Okay.
Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Instead of the book? Oh, because I can't.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Okay. Dumped all that into subterfuge, being like, oh, the last time there were all these things for subterfuge, and now I'm like, vigilance was apparently what I needed to throw shit in. Damn it.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice, strong coffee, though. Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate. Let's recap.
What?
My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages.
Okay.
A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Okay, but this is like an answer to game 101. Also, we're going back outside. Thought we were done. Never know when you might need a lemon. Throw it at somebody.
This room looks unoccupied. Secret writing. Many people use this method for their secret correspondences. Light the flame and the ink appears.
So you're gonna do it? He put it in his pocket while it's lit. This man. Oh, he is a danger to himself and others.
Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And
his special immunity is to fire, right?
Anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier. And that's its weakness. What is my mother trying to tell me? Since you've gone to so much trouble, you must not have only found something important, but you must have also felt like you were in great danger.
You said that like 10 fucking times, dude.
Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Such an asshole. Alright, I have a new trait. A member of the order. Found the clues your mother left in her room. Okay. Alright, well, let's go to the red salon.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Like right now?
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later. That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
A chest with a half-circle pattern.
Don't have a key. Oh. Oh, but the letter.
Hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible. My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please, excuse us. As soon as we can get free, Even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day.
It's a pentagram. So, note that.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Consume the crystals. Maybe not necessarily a good idea. But do I eat the crystals? Never mind. Do not consume the crystals. I did look that up ahead of time. I'm not gonna. She has 2 mattresses. One on the bed and one not on the bed.
November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart. Father told me it was for your well-being, but I can't help but blame him. He claims that your condition has worsened and that it could be dangerous for both of us if we met. If only I knew where you were, believe me, I'd be at your side. I haven't received any news from you in a long time. Please write. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. I hope you like the enclosed talisman.
August
24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you tight. We have so much time to make up. I beg you, answer me, please. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. That horrible woman came again yesterday. She spent a long time speaking with Father. I didn't understand everything because they spoke in French, but I'm sure they were talking about you. June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again, at long last. Write soon. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. Don't forget to tell me what present you want.
Okay. So Abigail is an important person to remember the name of.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
Community psychology. Okay. Is that everything in here then? I find it odd that I can't interact with the circle at all. That seems kind of central and important. Yet... So what do these do again? Vulnerabilities and immunities and stuff. Okay. Next use skill is free, golden elixir, and royal jelly. Because the only ones that I've used so far have been the golden elixir and the royal jelly. Oh wait, there's something up here. Oh. Also, there was another option here.
I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Oh no. Move aside is leave the thing. Okay, well, I guess we'll move on.
Monsieur Johann van Vulner.
Nope. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Well, never mind, I guess. Yeah, never mind, okay.
Sir Jacques Peru? That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Carmelite, I think? Nope. Ah, yeah. Boop. Maybe it's not a bad thing that I put money into subterfuges.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
I mean, it's fucking Napoleon. Immunity to politics. Good. That's one of the things I have a bunch of skill in, so...
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles. My dearest son,
Okay.
I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised
if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother, Maria Letizia Bonaparte.
Okay. Also not particularly helpful.
Horn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier. The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur. A pound. Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory?
Yeah, that's a curious point.
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer. Two great army chiefs.
Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
Okay.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
Maximum effort input increased by 1.
Amber.
Amber. That fucking voice line. Amber. Like, you alright there, dude? You don't sound alright. Just saying. Amber. Okay, well, there's something. I don't think there's any more to be seen here, so we'll move on.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Do I not look at anyone else's rooms? Yeah, guess not. Okay. Ooh, what was that? So what do I do with all these fucking coins? Huh. No, she looks like she's in.
Me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
I don't really have a choice here.
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
She's been here for a
I
while.
found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your
Okay.
mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No, I remember her stare, cold as ice. her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
Hold on. I want to double check which one's immunity is psychology. So the psychology one definitely doesn't matter. Does she have an immunity with etiquette though? I thought she had an immunity to etiquette. No. Okay.
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
Nailed it.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by
Hello,
now.
hello, welcome.
Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
Okay.
See, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations.
A lot of
and fits
unlocks here.
Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
This is a lot.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's coming for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Okay. I'm doing alright. Doing okay. So far, so good. Tired after today. Very much looking forward to the weekend already. The servant heard something, didn't he? Sneaky bugger. Ah, can't go in there. I hope you've been well. Ding. Where is Ding? Oh.
Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall. Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms. Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny. Fall of the Damned by Rubens.
Not sure what the
Man who can never
theming.
achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Huh. If he's theming all of his rooms with paintings that he puts in there, and he's obviously theming this room as well. It's my thought, at least. Ding. What was that ding? Boop. Coin.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access...
Turns out this is actually just a giant conference.
That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited. And in the gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
Another question?
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing on the second floor are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holmes, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does Sir have any more questions?
The voice actor for the servant sounds like the voice actor for Sherlock Holmes from... And I think they're both made by the same... the same publisher. Here we go, hold on. Find the voice actors, here we go. Voiced by David Gassman. Ooh. Let me pause this so it doesn't just sit there. Well, he voiced Rabid Mario in Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope that just came out. Siberia, the world before. There's a new Siberia game. I was just talking about this yesterday. There's more Siberia. Oh, okay. How many other I thought there were only 3 Siberia games. There are. Wait a minute. How are there only 3 games, but... Oh, no, this is wrong. Okay. Hold on. Franchise of graphic adventure games. Okay, there's only 4. The newest one was launched on March 18th. I have no idea. I'm not going to read any more about it. I don't want to... Okay, so we're going to go back. David Gassman. Oh. He was in Black Sad as Howard M. Farnham and Desmond O'Leary. The moose and the gangster wolf. Okay. Da-da-da. Sinking Island. Oh my god, he was in Sinking Island as Jack Norm. Huh. That's a game I want to play for you all at some point. It's a fucking trip. I remember playing it. I remember getting it. It's weird. It's bizarre. It makes no sense. I remember next to nothing. And I want to play it again. Siberia. Again. Yeah, we're going back too far. It's not him. I don't think. It's Rain Man 2. Go. Like most of these I don't even recognize. They're being like check his IMDb page as well, though. I guess it would be faster if I just did voice cast, Luck Holmes, I don't know, Silver Earring. One of the ones that I remember. Sherlock Holmes' cat is played by who? Played by who? Rick Simmons. Never mind. Not him. Okay. I also do not recognize anyone else in here. I am curious who voices the Duchess. Phoebe Jacob. Anything else? No? All right. She also had a somewhat familiar voice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this, I suppose.
First floor.
The first floor is reserved for guests, sir. That is where Sir will find his private rooms. The main corridor...
Have a good night. See you soon. Probably not gonna play for much longer myself. I'm tired.
...to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that Sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Anything else, sir?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps Sir would like to know something else?
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master.
No comment.
Is there anything else that Sir would like to know?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Manuscript?
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
Wow, that's...
Sir. I would never dare lend Sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
That's necessary. Is there a point where this becomes like more open stuff? Because right now it's kind of like I can walk around a little bit, but it's not much. Music in this is so weird.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
It's the least one can say.
Get.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Oh dear.
Oh, go ahead.
Fucking fuck! What is that supposed to be? The curtains?
So, Sir Gregory.
Can I restart this at any point? Is that possible?
Such complexity. Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Oh dear.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Anche che melone.
Oh, monsieur. You must be
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle.
So far.
You are descended from a noble line.
My friend. Of course.
The presence of a particle does not necessarily mean a person belongs to the nobility, nor does it prevent the observance of the rules of etiquette, Monsieur von Volner.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Napoleon looks,
Oh dear.
What do you think, madam? What is this Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favor of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Please feel at home.
Thank you, that's helpful.
I will say Napoleon looks like he's been smoking weed. He looks high.
It would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
That's dramatic.
Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen him yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
Okay, let's double check. His thing. Immunity to fiction and immunity to politics. So don't use either of those.
I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
That's politics, though. So, oh no, that's etiquette, right? Shit. Which one is it? Yes, that's etiquette.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null until we've gone through it together.
It's a vulnerability.
All right, you seem to know what you're doing. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Not do that.
I think what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her. Someone who will restore her.
Well, I think that'll work.
Propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both
stroke his ego.
From the inside and
all right, Elon Musk.
Exterior relations. Someone with a vision, I think. The right person still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words and I agree. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France.
Okay.
Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
Okay.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington.
I don't even know what I'm clicking on.
Speaker. Leave him for 5 minutes with sworn enemies and he'll convince them to be friends for life.
Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Okay. No failures? No alternate paths? Okay. And 2 levels. Wow, alright. 8 available points. That's nice. In that case, let's do that. Sure. Get that. Four more available points. Vigilance and questioning keep happening a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and unlock those.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Oh. Conviction, politics, manipulation, more etiquette, and science. I'm gonna do science. And now I'm gonna go ahead and I quit without save and return. Okay. So it's a quest list. I'm curious. Oh, so I guess I can I replay some parts of this then? Interesting. Okay. I have to look more into that. All right then, I guess that's it for now. Okay, go ahead and close that. Close this on top of that. Interesting game. This is interesting so far. It has rough spots for sure. Like the animations aren't the greatest. Some of the models aren't the greatest either. Especially the character models are a little bizarre. I see what they're going for, but like the tonal shifts are also really confusing to me. Like the music and what's happening at the same time not working together. It's like the music belies the seriousness of what's being discussed. And yeah, the voice acting, at least for some of the voice acting for Louis and Sarah, really leave a lot to be desired. I will say that. Louis especially, he's not compelling as a character, that's for sure. And the voice actor is not doing him any favors. The writing is not the greatest. I see where they're going, but their approach is weird. But the gameplay is really interesting. Like, I like that it's like a decision-based political thriller almost. Like, it's not, you're upgrading skills and everything like that, but it has nothing to do with action. It has nothing to do with like your physical ability or mental ability or anything. It is mental ability. It's mental ability, social skill, definitely navigating conversations. Like, that's kind of cool. And I want more of that from games, to be honest. I like this. It's almost like a Telltale game, but more focused on what you build, right? Whereas Telltale game is literally just about making the right choices. This is more about, you have to make the right choices, but sometimes you aren't able to make the right choices. You have to build your skills to be able to deftly navigate these situations. And I like that. I like that a lot. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to continue. Also, yeah, the historical inaccuracies, clothing, and all that shit, that's bothering the shit out of me, but you know, that's gonna keep happening, so whatever. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to my subscribers for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for what you do. I also want to thank my, if you do not yet subscribe to the channel, you'd like to support me, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It helps out a ton. If you'd like to follow me as well, that's also huge, huge help. I want to thank my followers for what you do as well. You'll be notified as soon as I go live. If you follow me, if you want to be notified ahead of time, you can follow me at BOSTrophyWife on Instagram and on Twitter. I post all of my announcements there the same day, usually Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I always stream usually around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for now, since it is no longer daylight time. Eastern Daylight Savings. It's EDT. I keep writing EST too. It's EDT, whatever. Eastern Time. I should just start saying ET. It's a lot easier. If you also want to be notified about what's going on, you can also follow me on my Discord. You can go ahead and hit that button right there in the chat. You'll be invited to our Discord. We do fun little things, talk about memes, talk about what games we're going to play next. The council, it was actually something that was voted on over the last couple of days since the last stream, so I definitely encourage you to follow that if you are so inclined. And then, of course, my entire stream archive is available over at YouTube, youtube.com/@BOSTrophyWife. Go ahead and check out my archive there. It's got pretty much every stream except for the last one and this one, obviously. This one will probably be up Saturday sometime around noon, and the last one I've just forgotten to upload. So I will do that very soon. So yeah. And then finally, if you are already a subscriber and you'd like to support me further, or if you are not yet a subscriber and you cannot commit to that at this time but would like to throw me a couple bucks as a tip, I would greatly appreciate if you could check out my tip jar at Ko-fi. You can just click the link right there, and anything you can commit is definitely helpful. Thank you all so much for coming for our first stream of the council. I've been looking forward to this game for like a long while now, and I've been holding off on playing it on my own because I wanted to stream it. So I'm glad that we're finally getting around to doing it. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it some more. So keep an eye out for next Tuesday, 8 p.m. We'll pick up where we left off, and I'll see you all then. Until then, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody. Mwah.